Hey Tanya, how are you, girl? It is. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. I promise you, I won't keep you too long. I just not too long ago got in. Like I said, let me put my groceries away. Let me just start, getting my house in order right now before I get on this live and take care of my house duties. Um, Life has been beautiful. It's been beautiful. It's hard sometimes, but still in all, I'm glad I'm here. God is allowing me to be here, giving me another day, another chance. And whatever I didn't get right yesterday, God is allowing me this day to get it right today. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Thank you, Jesus. I give you all the praise, honor, and the glory for your goodness, mercy, and favor on my life. Yeah, so I'm not. I promise I'm not going to keep everybody long. I'm just going to wait a few minutes before everybody gets into the chat. I hope they don't miss this because I have a lot of stuff that I really want to talk about and really want to hear how you feel about things that's been circulating around these YouTube streets and the stuff involving Robert Sylvester Kelly. I know I had what I had to say. My last live, which I did, I believe, on Sunday, and I think I spoke on, or was it Monday? Was it yesterday? No, it was Sunday. It was Sunday. It was Sunday that I did last live that I did do. I did it on Sunday evening, um, because I had to prepare for which was Monday, was yesterday. So I had to prepare for a meeting with a young man. Me and my husband both wanted to, sit down and give him some business. He's a young brother and he's trying to, make some future. I wouldn't say make, but he's planning his future. He's planning his future. He's trying to stay right, trying to stay positive. And we took some interest in what he wanted to share with us in his business of being a person. He's like, I would say, let me look, let me check, let me check his information that he left me with. He was really trying to get me involved in this business, but I said, baby, I can't do this. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I like what I do already anyway. I really enjoy what I do right now. So I'm not trying to, take my focus away from that. I really enjoy working with young children and with the community and with families. He's a financial coach. I'm sorry. He's a financial coach, helping people to make future investments and everything, planning for their life, for their family, and also, of course, most importantly, for themselves. So I'm just, it was interesting. So me and my husband took him out last night for dinner. And we sat down. It was African American. This is African. I'm sorry, African American History Month. So for African American history, we wanted to um, do something to support African American people and businesses. Okay, in businesses, small businesses. Well, basically small businesses. We ain't going for the big dogs. We trying to go for the small people and give them and help them to take part in growing and economics and things like that. So we was just talking about Kwanzaa. So I was like saying, wow, I said to somebody about Kwanzaa today, I said, it's funny that we in African American History Month, and also me and my husband took part in celebrating Kwanzaa last Christmas, but things didn't go, we didn't get as deep into it because I lost my sister in December. So that kind of like threw things off a little bit. And in the loss of my sister. So I couldn't really get as much into the festivities with Kwanzaa because of that, and with the holiday Christmas. It was hard on us. It was a hard season, but we fought through it and we made it through. And I give God thanks for it. And everything. So we did get some stuff out of Kwanzaa, and that's why we went forward in celebrating African American History Month, not only just for this month, but throughout the whole entire year to help our people economically grow and be successful at what they do. and giving them our blessings or whatever like that. We celebrated, of course. Like I said, we celebrated. My husband's a big fan of her work and her business, and I like her too. And he says I kind of remind him of her in a way, some things that I talk about. So y'all never really seen me as go as deep, deep, deep. And when I get into my real pro blackness, I go deep. In my activism, I go deep. I just try to be careful here on YouTube a lot because I don't know who's really watching my channel. And the thing is that right now I'm in this fight with Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I am really passionate about this fight. And I'm just letting people know. And that's basically what my discussion is going to be mostly about this evening, about this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly, and how, we that came into this fight knew that when we came into this fight that this fight wasn't going to be easy for none of us. But we are growing strong. We got strong fighters out here. We still got some people still in the fight, and praise God for that. It brought me so much. I mean, it sounds crazy, but not so crazy because I was like I said, I was on DJ Tyson's channel. I don't know how some of you might feel about DJ Tyson. I had my thing with DJ Tyson in the past. Um, when he first joined us in this R. Kelly fight or whatever like that. And I'm very skeptical about people. I'm just very like, I want to, people will be like, yeah, rah, 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 rah. But then when the smoke, when things get really thick out there, they back off, So I noticed that DJ Tyson, from the time he came in, he's been the same. Yesterday, today, and I believe forevermore. Okay, ain't nothing changed. But I mean, I've seen differently in him now. I have changed. God changed my heart. You know, so I see something differently in this brother than I saw from the beginning when he first came on board with us in this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Maybe because I wasn't really ready to hear anything negative about Art Robert because I heard too much stuff that was saying about him in the public anyway. And I listened to a lot of stuff people have slandered him about in throughout his entire career. So I just don't got time to hear that mess anymore. The way this poor man, and I'm gonna say poor man because he's the only person I know that has ever been the most disrespected entertainer. I mean, out of everybody that I've seen throughout the entire life, they say Michael Jackson. I don't even think Michael Jackson's been as disrespected as Robert Sylvester Kelly had. And the reason I say that is because Michael Jackson was a child and somebody else was picking up everything for him. Because when he came into this, he was only a little boy. He was only like maybe 5, 6, whatever. Him and his brothers, they was a group together, him and his family together, and his father, Joe, was there. So they couldn't attack Michael. So when he was such a kid, they attacked the father, to break up the family and everything, and to break this man family up, and scandalized him as a father that was abusive to his children, raping his daughters, and all the other crazy nonsense and things they said about Joe Jackson. And then they made that American family story of their life on network television when they did it on TV, and how they really chopped it up, like he was this real aggressive, mean, beating his kids and making them sing and terrorizing them and trying to took their childhood away from them, and the crazy stuff. They couldn't have girlfriends, and how strict he was, and da 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 da. And it was just crazy. If you go back and you watch the American Family Dream or whatever that movie was about the Jackson Five and their life and how they now still. So now Michael, he's been gone from us now for how many years now? It's been a while, since 2009. I would say 15 or so years that Michael's been gone. But God bless his soul. I loved me some Michael Jackson. I grew up with him. And in my household, around my family, my siblings, and everything, of course, they were older, but we enjoyed on Saturday morning. My family and us will get up, and we could not leave that house on Saturday morning. Well, not me, but of course, I couldn't go out if my older brothers and sisters couldn't go out because they had to watch me, So It was like on Saturday morning, it was like in my house, home chores. Mom would be out because, like I said, my mom was a hairstylist at some time, and mom would work and make her little extra income doing hair at the beauty parlor. So we wasn't allowed to, be out the house and without especially doing our chores and chores had to be done around my house on Saturday it was all about doing the chores, cleaning, scrubbing walls, scrubbing boards on the baseboard of the walls and everything. My older siblings had to do that, preparing meals and prepping meals anyway for my mom and stuff, where she would tell them to leave. I left this and that money at such and such a place, and my older siblings or whatever will take maybe one of the younger children with them just to get them out, just to go out. And we'll go to the supermarket and pick up groceries and things like that. And I would want to go to that little machine, the little bubblegum candy machine and everything. We didn't have like a vending candy machine back there. A little bubblegum machine in the supermarket back in the days, growing up in those days. That's how things was. Hey Tanya, yeah, come on out the bushes. Come on out the bushes and hit that like button. That's right. That's right. Your girl KCB having some great things to talk about. I mean, around this Robert Sylvester Kelly things, those who want to hear me, I'm kind of like, I go deep, I go deep. And I cut right through all the mess. Okay. I cut through all the mess. Like all the stuff that took place a day, maybe a day or so ago. Was this Sunday night or was this when we're gonna talk about Infamous Sylvia and her channel, like I did tag her in this video, whatever like that. So and DJ Tyson, I did tag both of them in this video. So I'm good. So they both can hear what I had to say. So I don't know this attorney dude that she had on her platform, and I really didn't know really what it was all about. That why okay. Excuse me one second, y'all. People I'm gonna have to turn my phone off, y'all, because I know it's gonna start blowing up at this time of the night. Because people always try to catch me at night, because that's the only time they can catch me. But anyway, so I was like, I went to Tyson's channel the other night, and I think that was like Sunday night. Was it Sunday night? It was Sunday night. It was Sunday night. And just before all of that took place, I was, doing some things for African American History Month, posting some things that we need to promote each other, businesses, economic, things like that. So I wanted to do some things like give people promote some people, what they do, those who support my channel. If you have a business, please, I want to shout you out or whatever like that. I want to promote your business and da 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 da. That's what I was all about. My mind was all set up on this happened on that Sunday night. Anyway, Sunday, all through the weekend. I was in like deep things like what. Oh, I've never been on his channel, Tanya. I never been on this man's channel at all. But I know a lot of people have did say some things about this man. I never was curious enough to find out anything he had to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. I really never took any interest in watching his channel or anything. But I just wanted to know it all. I wanted to be nosy. So I did peek in a little bit at Sylvia's channel. And then when I saw how he was sitting there with this big Kool-Aid smile on his face, and I didn't stay very long. And he was asking Sylvia about herself and about the things that she what brought her into this YouTube fight and everything. And it was just, and then she was about to say something about R. Kelly. And I noticed how he just like, oh, he looked back at the chat and was like more interested in how much super chat and money. Oh, you got another super chat. Oh, let's talk about that. He was just more focused on, he took no interest at all in what Sylvia had to say about R. Kelly. And I peeped that. I really did. I was like, well, what if she's on Sylvia's channel and Sylvia is a R. Kelly channel? If she want and he want to ask her things about what motivated her, or why she took interest in coming on YouTube, and tell us more about yourself or whatever, this, that, the other. He should have took the time out to listen to how she wanted to give more um of who she was and what she was about or whatever. He just like totally just like to me totally just like took over her platform. I would say, let me just say it like that. I'm just gonna say totally took over her platform. It was like he asking her questions, and I'm saying, wait a minute. If he's on my platform, shouldn't I be the one asking him the questions? Shouldn't he be ask if he want to ask me something, I will say, well, let's talk about you. You know what I'm saying? What motivated you to get into YouTube? What brought you here? Even though he did talk a little something about himself, whatever, whatever. But still in all, I mean, nobody comes on your platform to interview you. You open your platform to interview them. I don't know whether she was on his platform. You know how this YouTube thing is, you know how they set it up, like how they both was on a live together and the super chats were coming in and all he kept talking about was they this a blessing and all this other stuff. And he was just yeah. And I just couldn't take it no more, y'all. Okay. I just couldn't take it no more because I know she invited us to be there on her channel because she said so she put the title out there, advertising or whatever, that she was gonna have this guest on her channel. So I was like, okay, let's see what he got to say. But even though I really wasn't going to be interested in anybody, to be honest with you, when there's a lawyer, some attorneys, and right now Robert Sylvester Kelly trial is going on, some motions got to be put in by the 17th of this month. Now, the thing with his attorneys and everything, there's been some kind of turnover. And I just wanted to just like, let's be quiet about it. Let's not get too excited about it. Let's just wait and see what's going on. Let's just have a moment of silence. Let's not even have any attorneys on our platforms. Let's not even talk about his trial. Let's just stay, keep a moment of silence. And I was talking about the book. Of course, me and my husband is reading this Valentine's. We trying to get it done through Valentine. Discussing this book. We both reading the book called A Moment of Silence by Sister Soldier. So anyway, so back to what I was saying. And I'm like saying this I'm saying this man's on this on Sylvia's platform. And I just only wanted to know, I just wanted to be nosy. Just put it that way. I just was wanted to be, nosy. I ain't had nothing else to do but be nosy. You know what I'm saying? I had nothing to do but be nosy. So I got on there and I noticed that I was like, why is he so more interested in talking about money and super chat and this, that, and the other? And Sylvia gave some walk through, telling him about her life and everything else like that, and what brought her into the YouTube streets or whatever. And then shared with him about her past career or what she used to do or whatever like that. I don't know if it's true or not. I really don't care because that's not my business. If that's what you used to do, because that's not what I knew of you. This is the first time I've ever heard about you being a voice, used to do sex voices and stuff on the phone or whatever. This is really my first ever time. That was really my first time ever really truly hearing it. Maybe some of you might have heard it before. I never heard that stuff before. So anyway, so the next thing you know, I get another, because I'm subscribed now to DJ Tyson's channel. So I was like, oh, let me see what's going on with DJ. And he had up there F Sylvia's so and so guess. God give me food. I was like, yo, what happened? So I said, let me go find out what's going on. They got DJ Tyson out of himself right now. He's just ready. He's on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? So I go over there. And so I'm listening to Tyson. And of course I get involved. I get into the chat too or whatever like that to say what I had to say about some things I know I've witnessed Sylvia do and how she moves sometimes and some of the things that she's slick about. And I'm just like, and if somebody, oh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy, help me with my words. See, y'all gotta be patient with me because I'm a little tired. I came from work in my mind. I've been on Zoom with kids, and my mind just been all over the place today. Okay, so y'all just be patient with me. I'm trying to say all of this stuff. The thing is that I seen some of her slick moves throughout these YouTubes, and I like Sylvia. You know what I'm saying? She never really. Well, let me not say that. I know she had done some stuff behind the scenes to me. I'm just gonna keep it like that because I know you did it. I know you did it. Okay, because that's how you move. Because I used to have, like some of you got a wrench in your hand. I used to mod for Sylvia. I mean, she put a wrench in my hand when I first came on her channel, and maybe it was something I said, and she didn't. She some everybody on her channel attacked me. This is when R. Kelly's trial was drawing near, and I was in the chat. Hi, Unique, and somehow or the other, what she did is like people blocked me for a minute. And then I was like, why everybody blocking me? I'm just, talking in the chat, whatever. You don't have to agree with me. But when I was getting blocked, I was like, what is this shit all about? Then after that, I noticed that my wrench was taken away from me. And I was like, okay. Oh, it's like that, huh? And me and Sylvia, we used to have a conversation about things together. I used to call her, I used to text her, email, whatever. And a lot of things that I would talk to her about was basically stuff like this about R. Kelly, about his trial, the shadiness about people, and some things or whatever. Some things she shared with me, but it wasn't nothing, that nobody else didn't hear or whatever, like things she would share with me. We had our conversation. So then I noticed that when me and I had this thing with that happened, and my husband made me just like, baby, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows how I get, because he knows I just like set it off. But then I had to think about just not just myself. So that's why I had to fall back. You know what I'm saying? And I had to take down this thing and don't get too much into it. So anyway, so I remember when I said some things to her about this particular person, and somehow or the other I noticed that this particular person came for me and was acting some kind of shady way towards me. So obviously, from that conversation I had with her, she said something to this particular person about something I said. You know what I'm saying? And if I share something with you in a private conversation, I don't expect it to go back to the so in person. I'm just venting, I'm just talking, I'm just trying to, you know, clear my head about things or even trying to figure things out. But I ain't no he say, she say person. You tell me something, I'm not gonna throw your ass under the bus like that. Okay. I don't go back and you know, I'm not the dog that take a bone and bring a bone and take a bone with me. You see what I'm saying? I just don't get down like that. That's not the way I move. I'm not a person, I could be as mad as hell with you and still won't put your shit out there. And still ain't gonna call so and so up and say, you know what she said about you? That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I could be mad at you, whatever, but I'll deal with you. I don't have to drag nobody else into it with me. So I knew from that conversation, and we had this conversation, and I questioned some things about how this person is acting, and after this person all the time, and acting this way all the time, and I've been trying to get their attention, trying to tell them about moving forward and doing some things for this fight against the injustice done to Robert Sylvester Kelly, doing more like taking this fight to another level, doing blase, trying to pull everybody together to do this, that, the other. That was my conversation. Okay, with her, my ideas and things I wanted to do. I even wanted to include some people, but there were some people I did not want to be a part of it. I wasn't sure about having them to be a part of it. But anyway, that stuff had got it just, I don't know. She did some slick shit. Okay. So to make a long story short, and I made that post today, I meant it for her. Nobody else but for her. And I'm just putting it out there. So everybody heard it from me. You ain't got to hear it from nowhere else. The subliminals or whatever you want to call it, I meant it for her. Don't sit up there and try to quote scriptures, calling yourself a God-fearing woman, but you done did some dirty, backstabbing shit to people. And I didn't call your shit out, okay? You was and what Tyson said, you going on that channel or you having that man on your platform, you saw it for yourself when Tyson went on that channel, okay, to bring some awareness and some to rebuttal some shit, okay, about what the media was saying about fucking excuse my language, was saying about R. Kelly. And Tyson was there to try to give them the other side of what they didn't know from what the transcript said that the media did not share with you guys. He went on this man. This man totally disrespected Tyson. Didn't even show no interest in what the fuck Tyson had to say. What fucking ever. Okay? He was just all about block him out, threw this other dude up on there. Then on top of that, had people in there blocked in the chat. The R. Kelly people that was there rooting for with Tyson and there would support Tyson and everything else like that he took over there. Okay. The dude just totally just fucking disrespected R. Kelly supporters. Damn. Y'all give me a minute. I gotta go get my charger because my battery's running low. I had my charger before I left work. I gotta go find my charger. Y'all give me a minute. Please bear with me. I'm back, y'all. But anyway, yes. So, like I'm saying, that man didn't give a fuck about no R. Kelly. You knew that, but still in all, you was in here for your own personal financial gain. And you try to play other people and think other people are fucking stupid. Okay? You saw how that man disrespected Tyson. And also hi, real R. Kelly supporters fan page. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. You finally caught one of my lives, but I'm glad to see you here. So anyway, don't play people with my fucking minds like we stupid. People who've been watching your game, you've been playing this shit that, oh, you for Barbie. Lord, shit popping up on my screen. But you saying you for Robert Sylvester Kelly, but you seeing how Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters are being disrespected by motherfuckers, and you still bringing motherfuckers on your platform. All for your fucking bag. All for your cash app. Tyson was like, he was so mad, he was spilling all the fucking tea. Okay? He was so damn mad. He was spilling all the tea. And I made it clear, and I said it. And I said, go ahead and say what you're saying, because I know you're saying it from the heart. People can say what they want to say about you because she been playing these shady games. Look at the fucking platform she came from. She came from that fucking Dana J platform. That was a very controversial platform where they did a lot of shit to people, pulling out people information and putting it out there. They were the first platforms, I believe, that did shit like that started pulling out information on people and putting that shit on YouTube or putting it on, putting it out there on the internet. And if I can remember this one girl, she was trying to give us the warning and was calling Sylvia shit out. And she was a part of the group when Sylvia was a part of that little group with her called some him too shit. Okay. And she was pulling receipts. She was trying to pull everybody and warn everybody and tell everybody who she was. She went behind Dana. She started crying. She started being like, oh, Sylvia was like crying and she did the little crying routine. She started talking about the Lord. She started talking about Jesus and After threw a rock and hit your motherfucking hands. Okay? You know what the fuck you did. God knows what you did. Your shit been uncovered. Okay. Now I said, like when Tyson said, I just woke up. I said, you woke. I'm glad you woke now. You woke. And I ain't mean it like waking, physically sleeping. I'm glad you finally opened your eyes to see the enemies among you. People that's doing shit, even making up fake fucking beefs. Like he said, they making up. See, that's what I respect about Tyson. That motherfucker moves alone. Okay, if he gonna be at your shit, he gonna show up. He'll be there, and I believe he got heart. No, you can't. I've been here, and you know, it's funny, unique is that I don't go on all the time, so it's like when you start seeing things, hearing things over and over, how some people been fucked by a certain person all the time. She did it to fucking Spitting Fire. You know what I'm saying? She fucked Spitting Fire when she brought that fucking choke no joke shit and let choke no joke take credit for shit and she didn't defend it. Oh, she gonna take care of motherfucking Sylvia and throw your motherfucking ass under the bus. And even if you try to challenge her with shit, she gonna try to block you on her channel. Oh, so don't worry, she's tagged in my fucking video. I wish she would try that shit with me. Cause she gonna see another side of Casey McDaniel. How she try to do shit, sneaky shit, and then try to hide her fucking hands and go crying behind these Bibles and quotes and amen. He's been the realest, hardest, most hated, and dragged man in this whole R. Kelly shit. Didn't sell us out worth of shit. Went and found himself a job to work, make his money. And if you friends want to help him along the way, you help him along the way. You know what I'm saying? And what you do, you don't have to make a fucking scene about it. You don't gotta sound the damn trumpet. Okay? He was out there when the shit was thick for Robert Sylvester Kelly. In front of the prisons, in front of the damn court buildings and shit like that. Bullhorns out there broke and poor and on the street homeless and the whole shit fighting for free Robert R. Kelly and justice for R. Kelly, constitutional right, due process for Pels and all that shit. Rock with a whole lot of motherfuckers and then they want to fuck him over. Had they motherfucking back. Front and they motherfucking side. Real talk. Real talk. So I meant to put that shit out there. Now, motherfuckers want to follow that shit, then you wasn't down for R. Kelly anyway. Because when you see motherfuckers moving shady like that, you don't fuck with them. And especially if you really said you came here for the real deal and you came here for the fight for this man's rights. When you spiritually broken, like I put out there, and you came for personal financial gain, then this ain't the fight for you. You come to give, not to take. And what you come to give is your heart. You come to give is your heart. And this ain't no one-man show. You should have confirmed with this man before you took this man on your platform because you saw this man disrespect this man. Then you know you're supposed to be cool with this man because y'all supposed to be on the same team fighting for who we fighting for, which is R. Kelly. And if it's nobody ain't no friend to R. Kelly, and that's who we fighting for, they ain't a friend of ours. We don't sit down and break bread with the enemy. Even God tells you that if you're really about God in the Bible. When he told Saul not to sit down and break bread with his enemy, he said, kill them all. But Saul didn't do that. He made friends with them. Go in the book of Kings. Or was it Kings or was it the book of Samuel's? I gotta get my books right. But I just know what I'm talking about. My Bible is your compass through life. It's your sword, it's your weapon, the spiritual sword, and everything else like that. God even show you not to sit down and break with your enemies. All because you wanted a bag, just like Judas tried to doom Jesus. And ended up hanging his damn self because see what he wanted to do was he wanted to take over and turn it into a money game, going out there to con people out of money and stuff like that. He wanted to turn it more business than about the business that Christ wanted him to do to help the poor, to give the people awareness and that revolution that they had going on or whatever like that against some of the things they were seeing the government was doing. He wanted to use the poor. Even when the woman came to anoint Jesus before his burial, before he knew that people were coming to kill Jesus and knew who his enemies were, and he was trying to show Jesus who his enemy was. She knew Judas was his enemy. Judas was sitting there, oh man, why are you using all that expensive oil? We could use that to sell and make a profit off it. And Jesus said, you got the poor with you always, but me. You know what I'm saying? This woman is a good woman. I wish I could tell you where that scripture is. Same thing, this woman out here, I don't know who she riding with, but she ain't riding for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Not moving like that, you not. Not when you bring in the enemy on your platform and y'all up there talking about how blessed y'all is. Let me tell you something. Those things will wither away. They will perish. Like they said, a fool and his money will soon depart. But what you do for Christ will last forever. Your good works in your heart. When you come to take from the people, the people are out here believing in what you're doing, and you conning them. Because if you say you believe in Robert's, even if this man is, sometimes you don't even have to take anything for anybody for any opportunity. Not every opportunity is good opportunity. Not all money is good money either. You got to sometimes flip your plate over. That's greed. See, my thing, I never monetized this channel. I said my channel was so for me to bring my opinion and to talk about this injustice that has been done to this man, this black man in America, this superstar, this entertainer, this this good person. That wasn't the way they treated him. I've never seen anybody ever been disrespected the way Robert Sylvester Kelly has been disrespected. Never in entire life. Like I just said or talked about Michael Jackson. Yeah, he all about that money. He had that big Kool-Aid smile on his face. See, I don't know that man. I don't really go to his platform, but I just wanted to just shed some light and bring my own opinion and my main objection. That woman has done these things more than enough times, throwing people under the bus. And when he told me that her daughter sat up and did Azarel's hair, and then this other lady that we've never seen, physically seen or whatever like that, said that Sylvia is the one who was taking the pictures and stuff like that and putting giving her information on her name again, Dr. Vice, Dr. Rogers. Had her silhouette in the photo. How did she get all this information? I wonder. How do these people get this information anyway? I wonder. Why when you doing this stuff and everything, it can't be about no money. It can't be about no money. And you can't be riding in this fight and not have a strong relationship. And I mean really a strong relationship with God. Knowing you really mean you fighting a righteous fight and you in it for a good cause, you know, and you ain't trying to do nothing else but get Robert Sylvester Kelly out of jail and to get him free and having him regain his dignity and self-respect. Get back what the devil has stole from him and the cruel things that people have done to him need to all, you know, get what's coming to them. Even the people that's sitting up here riding and saying they love our, well, I'm not really, they use the shit that they not really a fan. Fuck if you're not really a fan. It's all about you saw that shit wasn't right. You in a righteous fight. You ain't got to be a motherfucking fan to see right if I'm wrong. You ain't got to be a fucking fan. You ain't got to be a fan to nobody when you see somebody being lynched by public opinion and been cruel, been treated so cruel by the justice system. You ain't got to be a fan. You just got to have passion and love for humanity. You just got to have love in your heart for humanity. You ain't got to be a fan to see somebody being treated like that. There's a lot of motherfuckers I wasn't a fan of, but I saw it was wrong. When Trayvon Martin was gunned down and killed, stalked and killed by George Zimmerman, I didn't know who Trayvon Martin was, but when I saw what happened and I heard what happened, I just thought it was wrong. That family, that young boy had to be killed like that, slaughtered like that. And his parents, and what they had to go through. You ain't got to be a fan to nobody when you see somebody, child, murdered unjustly and no justice was served for that. You ain't got to be a fan. But stand up for what's right. I can't keep y'all much longer because I'm falling asleep. I'm kind of like, I can't get as wound up as I want to because I just came back from work. I mean, like I said, I went to work, then I stopped to get some groceries and everything, just put my groceries away and everything. Exactly, T is born. Praise God. Bless your heart. Bless you. Bless you. So, like I said, in my post, community post, if you haven't read it, I'm going to read it to you right here on this. I'm on this video, and then after that, I'm shutting down. This is Black History Month. I don't want to do nothing but celebrate my people or do something to economically help us to build and do that together. Okay, so I'm tired. I better get myself to bed. It's 9 something. I got to take a shower and everything. What am I doing? Just give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, but like I said, you ain't got to be a fan to stand up for what is right. You ain't got to be a fan. I ain't never come in here for no money game. Selling Marvin Sylvester Kelly out like that. No, I'm not. I'm not here for that. And when Brother Tyson, God bless him for what he said. God bless him. And I wrote this and I said, I'm going to read it to y'all and then I'm going to get out of here because some of y'all probably didn't come across this post, but I did post it on my community post today. It was on my mind. I sound so hype. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, I said I mentioned it a few months back about why did any of us come into this righteous fight against the injustice that was served towards Robert Sylvester Kelly. If you came into this battle for personal financial gain, then you came for the wrong reason. If you're spiritually in poverty, this is not the fight for you. You have to have a very strong and personal relationship with Jesus to really understand what this battle is all about. I'm not talking about reading the Bible, quoting scriptures, and claiming you a God fearing man or a God fearing woman, but your heart got to be right. Your heart, and it's just that your heart just got to be right. I didn't put that part there, but I just going to say it like that. But you hear, your heart just got to be right. Okay. Sometimes being in this fight, you have to turn down your plate, refuse certain opportunities. You come to serve for justice. Anyone that is an enemy of Robert Sylvester Kelly is an enemy of Jesus. Watch who you break your bread with. DJ Tyson was right. R. Kelly 2022. And I'm going to leave with that note so y'all can go back on my community post wall. Y'all can read it because I'm here and I am going to build my own channel. I'm going to promote my own channel. And what I stand for is for Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I stand for his rights, his human rights. People dragging this man all over the place. Even some of his fans ain't doing him no good. They putting all his business out on YouTube. They put all his personal, financial, everything about him on YouTube. Okay? If you want to help the man, help the man. You ain't got to sound the trumpet about what you're doing or what you did or whatever. You just give and just leave it there. Okay? God sees your good works. He rewards you in due season. And I say in due season. Your blessing is going to come one way or the other. For what you do for Christ is what lasts. So anyway, y'all, your girl Casey McDaniel, I'm done. I'm tired. Maybe we'll pick up on this some other time. But I just wanted to get that out there about watch out for that slick slide ass sheep, wolf in sheep clothing, Sylvia, infamous Sylvia, whatever the fuck her name is. But anyway, silly Sylvia, or fucking infamous Sylvia, or some other shit Sylvia. Fucking playing games on people's souls. They ain't nothing but the devil. But anyway, y'all gotta go. Okay? DJ Tyson was right. Love you. Peace.